Okay, let's unpack this. Artificial intelligence is evolving at, well, breakneck speed, and it's really not just about flashy chatbots anymore. Today, we're taking a deep dive into some critical, often kind of behind-the-scenes shifts happening across vastly different industries.
Yeah, and what's fascinating here is how these developments are already impacting everything from, say, how you get your news to how software is actually built, and even the very notion of digital privacy. We'll explore four key areas, pulling insights from a detailed breakdown of top AI news.
Right. Our mission for you, the listener, is basically to cut through all the noise and reveal the important nuggets of knowledge. The surprising facts and crucial implications that will make you truly well-informed about AI's current footprint. Let's start with the big one, how AI is shaking up the publishing world, specifically with Google Discover. If you're someone who uses the Google search app on your phone for news, you might have already noticed a pretty significant shift.
Exactly. Google has begun rolling out AI summaries right there in Discover, which is, their main news feed. So instead of just seeing a headline and maybe a short snippet, you now see an AI-generated summary right there. And it often cites multiple news publishers' logos at the top. The app itself even warns users that these summaries are generated with AI and can make mistakes.
Interesting. Google claims this feature, which is currently a U.S. launch focusing on trending lifestyle topics, is all about making it easier for people to decide what pages they want to visit.
Oh.
But for publishers, this sounds like a massive concern. What's the real impact you're seeing on their end? Is it just like traffic dips, or is it something more fundamental?
Oh, it's definitely fundamental. This isn't an isolated incident, you see. It's part of a much broader trend. With Google's AI overviews, its AI mode, and then other AI apps like ChatGPT or Perplexity, users are increasingly getting answers summarized directly, which removes the need to click through to a website at all.
Right. No click needed.
And for many publishers, these efforts, well, they feel too little too late. We've got data from SimilarWeb showing worldwide search traffic fell by 15% year over year as of June, and news searches resulting in no click-throughs to websites. That jumped from 56% in May 2024 to nearly 69% by May 2025. That's a huge leap.
Wow, 69%. That's a stark decline. So the critical insight here is that this shift from click-through to summary isn't just about traffic numbers. It's forcing publishers to completely redefine what value even means in this AI era, right?
Precisely.
Some, like the Wall Street Journal, Yahoo, Bloomberg, they're trying their own AI experiments. And Google even launched something called OfferWall to help publishers find new revenue streams beyond ads, like micropayments or surveys.
Yeah, but the core issue remains. Future success for publishers might lie not just in creating content, but in being the trusted source that AI models cite, pushing them towards maybe premium, unsummarizable content or perhaps direct, community-driven engagement that bypasses search altogether. It's a reevaluation of their entire business model.
The game has definitely changed. Okay, so we've explored how AI is changing what you see on your screen and how publishers are adapting. But AI isn't just a visual revolution, is it? It's also profoundly reshaping how we hear and speak with technology. Let's shift our focus to the exciting world of open-source audio AI and a surprising new player.
This is truly a game changer for how we interact with machines through speech. I mean, really. There's this French AI startup, Mistral, known for its open source advocacy. They've just released Voxtral, their first open source AI audio model, and they're aiming to directly challenge the dominance of those walled-off corporate systems like 11 Labs Scribe or OpenAI Whisper.
That's quite a bold claim from Mistral, truly usable speech intelligence in production for businesses. Given how complex speech-to-text can be, with accents or background noise, what exactly makes Voxtral's open-source approach genuinely competitive against the established closed systems, beyond just being cheaper?
Well, the key is that it aims to bridge that gap. Developers historically had this choice, right? A cheap, open system that often fumbled transcriptions, or an expensive closed one that was more accurate but locked you in. Voxtral is pitched as the first open model that gives you an affordable alternative. They claim it's less than half the price of comparable solutions while delivering high accuracy.
Oh, yeah?
It can transcribe up to 30 minutes of audio. And because it has an LLM backbone, Mistral Small 3.1, it can actually understand up to 40 minutes. So users can ask questions about the audio, generate summaries, or even turn voice commands into real-time actions.
And it's multilingual, too, supporting English, Spanish, French, Portuguese, Hindi, German, Dutch, and Italian, plus different versions, including an ultra-cheap Voxtral mini transcribe specifically for transcription, promising to beat OpenAI Whisper for less than half the price. You can even try it free on Hugging Face or Mistral's chatbot, LeChat. That really does open up access, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It democratizes access to this kind of tech in a way that just wasn't really possible before. Big step.
So with all these incredible new AI capabilities, emerging processing news, understanding voice commands, it brings a critical question right to the forefront.
Hmm.
How secure, and maybe more importantly, how private are these interactions? A recent significant bug from Meta serves as a pretty stark reminder of these concerns.
Indeed. Yeah, Meta recently fixed a security bug in their Meta AI chatbot, and it basically allowed users to access and view the private prompts and the AI-generated responses of other users, which is not good.
Not good at all. Who found this?
Security researcher Sandeep Hodkagia, he privately disclosed this bug back on December 26, 2024. Meta paid him a $10,000 bug bounty for finding it.
Okay, so how did this actually happen? What was the mechanism behind this, frankly, alarming breach of privacy?
Well, the bug essentially stemmed from Meta's backend servers assigning unique numbers to prompts that were easily guessable. So when a user edited their prompt, they could simply change that number in the request. And because there weren't proper authorization checks in place, they could then view someone else's conversation.
Wow, just by changing a number.
Yeah. Meta deployed a fix on January 24, 2025, and thankfully they found no evidence that the bug was maliciously exploited.
That's certainly a relief, but it really highlights a profound vulnerability, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Especially given, as you mentioned, Meta AI standalone app had that sort of rocky start with users accidentally sharing things they thought were private.
Right.
The Meta bug isn't just about a patch, it feels like a stark reminder. As AI integrates deeper into our digital lives, the vulnerability surface just expands dramatically.
Mm.
The critical insight here seems to be that the invisible infrastructure of AI, how prompts are handled, how data is stored, that's the new frontier for security concerns. It kind of shifts the burden of trust from, will this app work, to how deeply can I trust this AI with my most private thoughts?
Exactly, precisely. It's about a whole new kind of digital hygiene we all need to start thinking about.
Okay, finally, let's pivot to a more subtle, but potentially highly significant shift happening in the world of AI coding tools. For years, we've heard about AI helping with code editing, inside the editor. But now, the focus seems to be moving to a surprising place. The terminal.
Yeah, the terminal, that black and white screen you might remember from like 90s hacker movies, it's actually an extremely powerful interface. I have to admit, like you, I kind of thought that interface was, well, maybe fading for many developers, but here we are. It's almost a throwback, isn't it?
It really is.
While code-based agents can write and debug code, you still need terminal tools often to get that software from just written code to something actually usable, running. This is where things get truly fascinating.
Absolutely. It's amazing how something so old school is becoming cutting edge again. So what's driving this unexpected resurgence? We're seeing major labs like Anthropic, DeepMind, OpenAI. They've all released command line coding tools, Claude Code, Gemini CLI, CLI Codex. And apparently, they're already among their most popular products.
Yeah, and Mike Merrill, who co-created the leading terminal benchmark, Terminal Bench, he has this big bet. He thinks 95% of LLM computer interaction is through a terminal-like interface. This shift is happening just as conventional code-based tools are facing some challenges. There was one study, actually, that found developers overestimated their productivity gains from those tools. The observed process was actually nearly 20% slower in some cases.
20% slower.
Yes.
It's a massive difference. So this opens the door for companies like Warp, which currently holds the top spot on Terminal Bench. Their founder, Zach Lloyd, is apparently really bullish on the terminal because, as he puts it, it occupies a very low level in the developer stack, so it's the most versatile place to be running agents. That makes sense if you think about it like an operating system's core, right?
Yeah.
It touches everything.
Exactly. And the crucial difference lies in the benchmarks they use. Traditional tools often focus on solving, like, isolated broken code problems. Find the bug, fix the syntax. Terminal-based tools take a much wider view. They look at the entire environment. That includes the coding, sure, but also those DevOps-oriented tasks, things focused on streamlining software development and operations, like configuring a Git server or troubleshooting why a script won't run on a specific machine. It requires what Merrill calls bullheaded problem-solving ability.
Bullheaded problem solving. I like that.
Yeah. Warp, for instance, can apparently pretty much do that autonomously for tasks like setting up a completely new project or figuring out all the complex dependencies. It's really about comprehensive environmental interaction, not just isolated code generation.
So we've taken quite a fascinating journey today through AI's immediate impact, from reshaping how you consume news and really challenging traditional publishers to enabling entirely new open-source audio capabilities that could democratize voice tech.
Yeah, and we've also seen the absolutely critical importance of security as AI rushes to market. That metabug is a real wake-up call. And then this fundamental shift in how AI assists with something as complex as software development, moving back into the old school terminal, surprisingly.
It's clear that AI isn't just transforming industries from the top down, is it? It's quietly infiltrating the foundational layers of our digital world.
Right. And the real implication here, maybe the key takeaway for you, the listener, is that as AI becomes less about those flashy front-end applications we see and more about the invisible infrastructure, how your news is filtered, how your software gets built, how your voice is understood, your understanding of these deeper shifts becomes crucial to truly navigating the future.
That really sums it up.
So maybe the question to mull over is this. Beyond these headlines we discussed, what other subtle, low-profile shifts might AI be orchestrating right now in areas we haven't even considered yet, fundamentally changing the way we interact with our digital world? Something to think about until our next deep dive.